Hey, what is up, people? This is Nickolodeon back for another TMNT Rant and Rave. And this one is going to be my last one. It is the review of the new TMNT show on Nickelodeon that just premiered last night. So, let's get to it. Alright, so right off the bat, if you are a turtle head already, you already basically know what to expect. You got four brothers who live in the sewers, who live with their, sensei slash father, Splinter, who happens to be a rat. But there's a few twists along the way. Now, it starts off with the, with the turtles, and by the way, there will be spoilers. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. It does start off with the turtles. If you've seen a bunch of clips of them sparring, it starts off with that within a few seconds of the intro to the show. So right off, I'd say that's a very strong start, because that that sparring scene, how short it was still good. So right after that sparring scene, you learn that it is the turtles' birthday, or what they call Mutation Day, the day where they all came to be, including Splinter. You learn that they are about 15 years old. They've never been on, they've never been outside of the sewers before. They've been training most of their lives, and they want to see what else is out there. Splinter is hesitant to let them go, because he's like, you don't know what it's what it's like, don't talk to strangers. He is the father. He tells them, don't talk to strangers. Everyone's a stranger, so don't talk to anybody. Stay in the shadows. Stay away from the bathroom, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is great. It's reminiscent of the original 1980s show in some ways. And if you look at it, the scenery, it's very comic book-ish, and a little anime-ish too, especially with their facial expressions and reactions to certain things. It reminds me a lot of anime, as well as a lot of comic books / manga. The flashbacks in this are like old school manga scenes, because the art style in that, I'd say, hey, I'm not an artist, but I know what I like. It's pretty dope, because they don't just go regular flashback. It's a pan for pan, it's a pan for pan like drawing, and they're telling you what's going on as the drawing's acted out, and it's pretty dope. I know it's been done before, but hey, anyway, it's different for from the turtles aspect. So yeah, we know the story of the turtles. They tell it in a different way this time. Splinter is once again he was a human that got turned into a rat, as opposed to a rat that got turned into a humanoid. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. They wanted to go with that angle. I much prefer the fact that he was a rat to start with, but it's whatever. But anyway, so it's not really so much about the turtles as it is about their very first mission, which involves April O'Neil. Now, on the subject of April O'Neil, she has gone through a lot of transitions through the years in the Ninja Turtle series. She started off as a lab tech, of Baxter Stockman, you know what I'm saying, and in the original cartoon she was a reporter. Then later on she became that lab tech in the cartoons again. And in the fourth movie she was a sort of a archaeologist. This time around they have shrunk her down to the turtles' age, which is about 15, and she has I'd say they gave her a much bigger role in this, because something happens to someone in her family, and she basically has to she wants to figure out who did this, why they want this. She doesn't want revenge. She just wants to know why, and she wants her father back. So they gave her I'd say a bigger role this time around, as opposed to just being the person that's you know, that's the turtle's, you know, the turtle's friend who occasionally needs rescuing, you know what I'm saying? Well, not occasionally, like all the time needs rescuing. This time around, it seems like she's going to join the turtles on a regular basis. And, you know what? I like that. So, that's mostly about her. Oh, the biggest, the antagonists are the Kraang. They brought back Kraang. Everybody knew that was going to happen because the pictures were all over the place, the clips were all over the place. You knew Kraang was going to be at the forefront of this before Shredder. And it's not just one. It's an entire species. The species is called the Kraang. They've been here on Earth for a number of years already. They've been, you know, they've been developed, well, what looks like, you know, this mutagen is the reason why they're here. It's like, they're the ones that brought the mutagen in the first place. So if it wasn't for them, the Turtles or Splinter would not exist. I like that. I like that. I know it's probably been done before in other incarnations of the Turtles, but hey, this brings Kraang and the aliens out first, you know, and gives them a bigger part in this. Now, what I do not like is, yes, they do talk, but only while they're in the robotic suits, you know, and they sound like a really bad dubbing of a kung fu flick, you know. They're like, Kraang, this place is and the enemy is going to this place to do something in this place, and we are in this place for some reason or another. I'm like, okay, that gets annoying, especially when you're repeating and repeating and repeating this place over and over and over again. And they have one human guy, you know what I'm saying, just a regular, you know, dude that's stealing stuff from, you know, for them, and he gets annoyed by it too. So right then and there, you know, whoever came up with this whole idea knew it was going to be annoying, but knew it would probably be a funny thing to add to the story. So, number one, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are acting more like teenagers than I think they ever have in the past, other than the 1987, you know, other than the 1987 show, but it serves a purpose. You find out why, you know, why Raphael is so ticked off at Leo all the time. You get a sense as to what's going on with Splinter. They actually, you know, they give him the original backstory of him and the Shredder being enemies from the get-go because of their, well, actually they weren't enemies, but they were, well, and this time around they were friends who became enemies thanks to a girl. What are you trying to say? That women ruin friendships? In some cases, yes, but I digress. So they bring that aspect into it. The flashbacks they look like old school manga style drawings. The scenery itself looks like a comic book, you know, in the dark, you know what I'm saying? It looks like really dark, really dark scenery. The turtles are doing their thing, scaling buildings and just acting like them. Now, the only thing that some people might have a problem with is they've replaced the catchphrase Cowabunga with something like Booyakasha! And even though I've seen the clips and I've heard them say it, and I've heard people, people's opinions on it, I say they were stretching. They were stretching. The writers were stretching and trying to figure out what can we say, because Cowabunga is so outdated at this point. So what can we say? Oh, how about we add another outdated phrase, but a 90s outdated phrase, and put something else in there. The last cartoon character I saw to say the word "booyah" was Kim Possible's friend / boyfriend later on, Ron Stoppable, because that was his catchphrase, "Booyah, booyah," and now they just added in "Booyakasha." I'm waiting for the reggae music to start playing after that. Booyah! Oh man, it's like Booyaka, Booyaka. I'm waiting for somebody to say that. It's like, Because it sounds like that's what it sounds like. I'm like, they about to make a reggae album or what? But anyway, it ain't really that big of a deal. I mean, so what? They wanted to add in something, they wanted to add in something kind of outdated, but something to bring this new Turtles, give them some sort of comedic saying or whatever. Whether it's needed or not, I don't know. It's a kid's cartoon. What the heck are you gonna say about that? But I'd say the biggest thing is April O'Neil. Like I said before, she's the one that went through her character has gone through the most change, and it looks like she will be a bigger part of the Turtles than she has ever been outside of the comic books, and even in the old 2008 cartoon. And you know what? I cannot wait to see what happens next. Right now, the first premiere was pretty solid, so let's see how the rest of them go. I'm only going to be reviewing this. This is my only review. I'm only going to be doing the first episode. I don't know. Do you guys want me to review each episode as it comes along? I have other stuff on my channel, just letting you know. If you don't like the Ninja Turtle stuff, I got stuff for anime. I got stuff for for hip hop heads, for music heads, stuff like that. Just keep variety going. But as far as the Turtles go, would you like me to to keep reviewing the Turtle episodes as they come out, or do you just like this? Let me know. And if you've seen the premiere, I don't care how old you are. If you've seen the premiere, if you like it, if you don't like it, if you have to, if you want to express your opinion on it about this video or anything else, let me know. What do you think is the best change for the Turtles so far? Or do you like the way it's going? Let me know. Alright, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review, this first impression of the new TMNT show. I definitely will be watching the rest as they come along. So, big ups to Nickelodeon, first off. Big ups to the producers of the show. Big ups to everybody involved. I'm a Turtle fan for life. Peace, love, and I will see you later on this week for another video.